That's Paul Russell, Boo Thing, Playhouse in the morning. Y94, always live online at y94.com and the Y94 mobile app as well. As we dive into a round of textual healing with Playhouse family member Ben. He's wondering if you've ever been in this spot before. He texts, anyone ever have a pet ruin a relationship? The girl I'm seeing has the world's most annoying little French bulldog. So mean, so smelly, so messy. Might literally break up with this chick over this. I can't be the first this has happened to. So he's really not even necessarily looking for advice. He's just wondering, have you ever had a pet ruin a relationship before? Aren't French bulldogs super cute, too?
I know. Are they small, though? I don't know what any type of dog looks like because I'm not a dog person.
That stupid little face.
That is so cute.
Squish that little puppy face right now. I have a hard time believing that's not the sweetest little dog.
But don't they have trouble breathing and they're like...
I think it's just like that.
I'm having trouble breathing right now, so it's hard for me to try to do it.
Listen, I would love the crap out of that dog today. But he says it's smelly and messy and mean, and they might break up over it. Have you ever been there before?
But if it's mean.
If it's, not all dogs are nice, I guess. If it's being mean, do you think you could try to win its love a little bit? Because if you like her otherwise, I mean, you're probably going to outlive that French bulldog, especially if it's got breathing problems.
I don't think he likes it. He calls it smelly. He thinks it's messy. I don't think you can't try to get that dog to be nice to you if you're going to be that negative. I'm also not really a dog person, and I judge it based on the dog. Do you smell? Are you nice? Are you jumping on me? And then that's whether I'll pet you or not. I will still be nice to dogs.
So I know that your ex, your guy right before Steven, at one point procured a dog through his parents, and I know you weren't necessarily excited about it.
I was not on board.
Do you feel like that had anything to do with the slow fade, the end of that love story?
No, I think he just wanted a dog, and I had a cat. I don't remember who had what first. I had my cat first, and then he wanted a pet.
The one that ruined everything. You guys got into pet wars.
Yeah. Cats rule, dogs drool.
Have you ever had a pet ruin a relationship? He's looking for, honestly, it's a little bit comfort in numbers. I feel like he just wants to know he's not the only one that's been there before. 237, it's text 35270. Maybe got some thoughts in there, too, as to how to fix that. Morgan Wallen last night, Playhouse, Y94 620. It's Playhouse, Y94. So in textual healing today, Playhouse family member Ben is wondering if anybody else has ever had a pet basically ruin a relationship before. And I guess it could be yours, but in this instance, he's seeing a girl, and just to make sure I get the description appropriate, let me quote him. He says, the girl I'm seeing has the world's most annoying little French bulldog. It's so mean, so smelly, and so messy. Might literally break up with this chick over this. He says, I can't be the first. And that's not a statement. There's a question mark there. I can't be the first? Question. That's because that's my question mark sound.
Yeah.
I can't be the first?
Mm-hmm.
Ruh-oh. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. What are we seeing for text messages, Amy K?
You're definitely not the first. Another person said my ex had 2 dogs when I was with him. One was this 80-pound pit bull who licked, and I do not like dog licking. I can't do it. The only thing worse to me is baby spit. I'm not a dog person, but I would generally try to steer her behavior from licking, but he encouraged her. I will never date someone with a dog again. Someone else said, I had an issue like this with a partner a long time ago. We went to dog training lessons together, and we learned how to train the dog, and it helped in so many ways with our relationship and the dog. I would definitely recommend doing that.
Your pet or their pet kind of ruined a relationship. Can you relate? Give Ben that? I guess he's really kind of looking for some comfort in numbers in a lot of ways.
So I started dating this guy, and it was going really well. I liked him. He liked me. He stayed over at my house. That was great. And then I stayed over at his house, and he has 2 cats, and they're crazy, and I'm allergic, and I couldn't sleep. In the time that I stayed over there, I got maybe a half hour of sleep, and then I was had terrible allergy symptoms and was sick. Couldn't perform at work, so I had to let him and his little kitty cats go.
So you had to. You're just like, nope, that's done.
I had to. I couldn't stay over at his house ever, and it wasn't going to work out. He wasn't going to split with the cats, so I had to split with him.
I suppose if you straight up have allergy issues, though,
yes.
That's pretty understandable. They sell medication. We've just met. I don't think so.
And that's the thing. You would think the person would pick their pet over the new partner.
I think they're always going to, right? Because that pet's basically like a little fur baby to them. Mm-hmm. Some people would just say baby because it's not. They just think of it as their human child in a lot of ways. they're not going to probably just dump their pet off because they just met somebody they're kind of into that's like, gives me the sniffles.
I could never get rid of Ziggy. If someone did not like my cat and they made it obvious, I would never want them around me. I wonder if she knows this guy doesn't like her dog.
I'm thinking maybe a lot of instances, probably it shows because the pet probably, you can tell for the pet too. Like,
yes.
The way they acted, because they know if somebody likes them, right?
That's true. Yeah, if that dog's like always growling at this guy, should be a red flag for her.
Now, I will say this. If, Ben, you just wanted to know that you're not the first, you're not. A lot of people are saying they've had problems like this.
Yeah, but people are saying that maybe you break up because it doesn't seem like it's going to work. Someone said it doesn't seem compatible. You like her. She loves her dog. And someone else said break up with her. Let someone be with her who loves her dog, too.
Are you also in an instance like this where you were in a relationship and like either their pet or your pet kind of ruined things and made that relationship difficult at the very least? 237-8. You can shoot a text 35270. 6:30 in the morning, 184 of the Playhouse in the morning. Been communicating a little bit with Playhouse family member Ben, who described to us that he might actually end a relationship because he's just not getting along with this woman he's been seeing's dog. It's a little French bulldog, and he describes it as mean and smelly and messy, and he's just doesn't like it and thinks that might be the relationship just straw that broke the camel's back. That's his I knew it was over when moment. He's wondering if other people have ever broken off or had somebody break it off with them because of a pet. The pet is really the whole problem there. We've seen some other people like, yeah, man, been there.
Yeah, someone said, I once dated a guy. The dog was terrible, always chewing my stuff. It was just terrible. I had to dump him. And someone else said, same thing happened with me. This dog was terrible, would not leave us alone, had to be with humans all the time, couldn't do anything without the dog always being in bed with us. If we did put her outside, she would cry loudly until she was let in the room. After some time, we would always just leave the door open, which would get really annoying. So we ended up ending things.
And can you relate to that? Pet ruined things?
So I have a dog, and she's a little miniature Maltese, and she is my baby. She basically, I don't have a child, so she is my child. And I was in a relationship with a guy that, I would have to kind of work around his work schedule, let's put it that way. So I would always be the one to kind of go to his house. I would meet him after work. This was while we were still dating. There would be times, though, when I would say, okay, well, I can't meet you this late because I need to take the dog, or I need to do this, or I need, something with the dog. I need to walk the dog, or I can't stay over tonight because I need to make sure I get back to the dog. And, I would invite him over to my place because that way I'd be able to be there with the dog. I'd be able to feed her. I'd be able to walk her. You know what I mean? And I would invite him over, and he'd always make excuses. And he would never want to come over to the bed is too small, like the dog's going to get in the way, whatnot. And to be honest with you, this ended up really ruining our relationship because it just made it seem like an inconvenience that, he didn't want to deal with it. He literally told me, why do you care more about your dog than me? And I don't want to feel second place to your dog. And it just tore us apart, and that was it. And I still love my puppy.
I still love that puppy. So in your instance, you knew, like, I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen.
I think if you try to get along with a dog, that's one thing. But if someone just hates the dog and then okay, this is not going to work. Like, he doesn't seem like he's going to try to do anything.
No, it's a given. It's like anything else. I mean, if only one person's putting in the effort or one person and their pet's putting in the effort, anybody else is like, been there.
Yeah, someone else said, I had something similar happen with me. My fiance's dog, I was so sick and tired of being sick and tired of this dog. I almost considered ending our engagement over it. We were always yelling at it, trying to get it to stop doing this, stay out of that. I would have to go in the bathroom just to get away from the dog for a while because it was going to the bathroom in the house. Finally, she got her mom to take the dog.
Coming up this hour.